The tragedy of Coriolanus. Actus primus scona prima. Enter a company of mutinous citizens, with staws, clubs, and other weapons. All speak. One sit, you are all resolute rather to die than to famish. All resolute resolus. First you know, Caius Mardius is chief enemy to the people. All we note. One sit, let these kill him, and we'll hawk corn at our own price is the verdict. All no more talking on't, let it be done away. Two sit, one word, good citizens. One sit, we are accounted poor citizens, the patricians good. What authority surfeits one would relieve versus? If they would yield a vis but the superfluity while it were wholesome, we might guess they relieved versus humanely. But they think we are too dear, the leanness that afflicts versus, the object of our misery, is as an inunitary to particularize their abundance, our sufferance is a gain to them. Let these ruinge this with our pikes, ere we become rakes. For the gods know I speak this in hunger for bread, not in thirst for ruin. 2. Sit, would you proceed especially against Caius Mardius? All, against him first, he's a very dog to the commonalty. 2. Sit, consider you what services he has done for his country? 1. Sit. Very well, and could be content to give him good report for't, but that he pays himself with being proud. All, nay, but speak not maliciously. 1. Sit, I say you, what he hath done famously, he did it to that end. Though soft, constant men can be content to say it was for his country, he did it to please his mother, and to be partly proud, which he is, ewen to the altitude of his virtue. 2. Sit, what he cannot help in his nature, you account. A vice in him, you must in no way say he is coetus. 1. Sit, if I must not, I need not be barren of accusations. He hath faults with surplus, to tire in repetition. Shotes within. What shotes are these? The other side of the city is risen. Why stay we prating here? To th Capitol. All come. 1. Sit, soft, who comes here? Enter Menenius Agrippa. 2. Sit, worthy Menenius Agrippa, one that hath always lewd the people. 1. Sit, he's one honest enough, wold al the rest were so. Men, what works my countrymen in hand? Where go you with bats and clubs, the matter? Speak, I pray you. 2. Sit, our Busons is not VN known to th Senate, they ha had inkling this fortnight what we intend to do. W now we'll show 'em in deeds. They say poor suitors ha strong breaths, they shall know we ha strong arms too. Menon, why masters, my good friends, mine honest. Neighbors, will you VNDO your cellos? 2. Sit, we cannot, sir, we are VNDone already. Men, I tell you friends, most charitable care. Ha the patricians of you for your wants. You're suffering in this dearth, you may as well strike at the hoen with your staws, as lift them against the Roman state, whose course will on. The way it takes, cracking 10,000 curbs. Of more strong link asunder, then can youer appear in your impediment, for the dearths. The gods, not the patricians, make it, and your knees to them, not arms, must help, a lackey. You are transported by calamity. Thither, where more attends you, and you slander. The helm's oath state, who care for you like fathers. When you curse them, as enemies. 2. Sit, care for versus? True indeed, they near card for versus yet. Suffer versus to famish, and their storehouses crammed with grain. Make edicts for viscery to support visurers. Repeal daily any wholesome act established against the rich, and provide more piercing statutes daily, to chain VP and restrain the poor. If the wars eat versus not VPP, they will, and there's all the low they bear versus. Menon, either you must confess your cellus wondrous malicious, or be accused of folly, I shall tell you. A pretty tale, it may be you ha heard it. But since it serves my purpose, I will venture to scale't a little more. 2. Citizen, well, I'll hear it, sir, yet you must not think to fob off our disgrace with a tale. But an't please you delayer. Men, there was a time when all the body's members rebelled against the belly, thus accused it. That onely like a gulf it did remain. Amidst a th body, idle and venactiu. Still cupboarding the viand, newer bearing. Like labor with the rest, where th other instruments. Did see and hear, duas instruct, walk, feel. And mutually participate, did minister. Viento the appetite, and affection common. Of the whole body, the belly answer sit. Well, sir, what answer made the belly? Men, sir, I shall tell you with a kind of smile. Which near came from the lungs, but you and thus. For look you, I may make the belly smile. As well as speak, it taintingly replied. Toth discontented members, the mutinous parts. That anide his receipt, you and so most fitly. As you malign our senators for that. They are not such as you. 2. Sit, your belly's answer, what? The kingly crowned head, the vigilant eye. The counsellor heart, the arm our soldier. Our steed the leg, the tongue our trumpeter. With other muniments and petty helps. In this our fabric if that they. Men, what then, for me this fellow speaks. What then, what thens? 2. Sit, should by the cormorant belly be restrained. Who is the sink a th body? Men, well, what thens? 2. Sit, the former agents if they did complain. What could the belly answer? Men, I will tell you. If you'll bestow a small of what you ha little. Patience a while, you still hear the belly's answer. 2. Sit, ye're long about it. Men, note me this good friend. Your most graw belly was deliberate. Not rash like his accusers, and thus answered. True is it, my incorporate friends, quoth he, that I receive you the general food at first. Which you do liu vipon, and fit it is. Because I am the storehouse and the shop. Of the whole body, but if you do remember. I send it through the reewers of your blood. You unto the court the heart to th seedoth brain. And through the cranks and offices of man. The strongest narrows and small inferior veins. From me receive you that natural competency. Whereby they lee you, and though that all at once. You my good friends, this says the belly mark me. 2. Sit, I sir, well. Men, though all at once cannot. See what I do deliver out to each. Yet I can make my audit VP, that all. From me do backy, receive you the flower of all. And lo me but the bran, what say you toot? 2. Sit, it was an answer how apply you this. Men, the senators of Rome are this good belly. And you the mutinous members, for examine. Their counsels and their cares, digest things rightly. Touching the wheeleth common, you shall find. No public benefit which you receive. But it proceeds, or comes from them to you. And no way from your cellos, what do you think? You, the great toe of this assembly. 2. Sit, I the great toe, why the great toe? Men, for that being one oath lowest, basest, poorest. Of this most wise rebellion, thou goest foremost. Thou rascal, that art worst in blood to run. Leads thee first to win some vantage. But make you ready your stiff bats and clubs. Rome and her rats are at the point of battle. The one side must ha baile. Enter Caius Mardius. Hail, noble Mardius. Mar thanks, what's the matter, you dissentious rogues? That rubbing the poor itch of your opinion. Make your cellus scabs. 2. Sit, we haw your good word. Mar he that will gie you good words to thee, will flatter. Beneath abhorring, what would you haw you curs? That like nor peace nor war, the one affrights you. The other makes you proud, he that trusts to you. Where he should find you Leon, finds you hares. Where foxes, geese you are, no surer no. Then is the coal of fire vipon the ice. Or hailstone in the sun, your virtue is. To make him worthy, whose offense subdues him. And curse that Eustis did it, who deserves greatness. Deserves your hate, and your affections are. A sick man's appetite, who desires most that. Which would increase his ewel, he that depends. Vipon your fours, swims with fins of lade. And hews down oaks with rushes, hang ye, trust ye. With your minute you do change a mind. And call him noble, that was now your hate. Him Vilda, that was your garland, what's the matter? That in these sural places of the city. You cry against the noble senate who, viender the gods, keep you in awe, which else would feed on one another, what's their seeking? Men, for corn at their own rates, whereof they say. The city is well stored. Mar hang 'em, they say. They'll sit by fire, and presume to know. What's done i'th Capitol, who's like to rise? Who three use and who declines, side factions and you out? Connectural marriages, making parties strong. Enfeebling such as stand not in their liking. Below their cobbled shoes, they say there's grain enough. Would the nobility lay aside their ruth? And let me vsc my sword, id make a quarry. With thousands of these quartered slaws, as high as I could pick my lance. Menon, nay, these are almost thoroughly persuaded. For though abundantly they lackey discretion, yet are they passing cowardly, but I beseech you. What says the other troop? Mar they are dissolute, hang em. They said they were in hungry, sighed forth proverbs. That hunger broke stone walls, that dogs must eat. That meat was made for mouths, that the gods sent not. Corn for the rich men only, with these shreds. They vented their complainings, which being answered. And a petition granted them, a strange one. To break the heart of generosity. And make bold power look pale, they threw their caps. As they would hang them on the horns of moon. Shooting their emulation. Menon, what is granted them? Mar few tribunes, to defend their vulgar wisdoms. Of their own choice, one's Iunius Brutus. Sicinius Veludus, and I know not, as death. The rabble should ha first vn roost the city. Ere so preuled with me, it will in time win vipon power, and throw forth greater themes. For insurrections arguing. Menon, this is strain. Mar go get you home, you fragments. Enter a messenger hastily. Mess, where's Caius Mardius? Mar here, what's the matter? Mies, the news is, sir, the Valses are in arms. Mar, I am glad on't, then we shall ha means to vent. Our musty superfluity, see our best elders. Enter Sicinius Veludus, Annius Brutus Cominius Titus Lardius. With other senators. One sen Mardius, 'tis true, that you ha lately told viz. The Valses are in arms. Mar they ha a leader. Tullus Aufidius that will put you to't. I sin in annying his nobility. And were I anything but what I am, I would wish me onely he. Come, you ha fought together. Mar were half to half the world by ears and he. Vipon my party, id rule to make. Onely my wars with him, he is a lion. That I am proud to hunt. One sen, then worthy Mardius. Attend Vipon Cominius to these wars. Come, it is your former promise. Mar, sir, it is. And I am constant, Titus Lucius, thou shalt see me once more strike at Tullus' face. What art thou stiff, stands thee out? Tit, no Caius Mardius. I'll lean Vipon one crutch and fight with t'other. Ere stay behind this business. Men, o true bred. Send your company toth, Capitol, where I know. Our greatest friends attend versus. Tit, lead you on, follow Cominius we must follow. You, right worthy your priority. Come, noble Mardius. Send hence to your homes, be gone. Mar, nay, let them follow. The valses haw much corn, take these rats thither. To gnaw their garners, worshipful mutineers. Your valor puts well forth, pray follow. Exeunt. Citizens steal away, Manet Sisson and Brutus. Sisson, was your man so proud as is this Mardius? Bru, he has no equal. Sisson, when we were chosen tribunes for the people. Bru, marked you his lip and eyes. Sisson, nay but his taunts. Bru, being mood, he will not spare to gird the gods. Sisson, bemock the modest moon. Bru, the present wars dure him, he is grown. Too proud to be so valiant. Sisson, such a nature, tickled with good success, disdains. The shadow which he treads on at no one, but I do. Wonder, his insolence can brook to be commanded viender. Cominius. Bru, fame at the which he aims. In whom already he's well gracked, cannot better be held, nor more attained than by a place below the first, for what miscarries shall be the general's fault, though he perform to vt most of a man, and giddy censure. Will then cry out of Mardius, oh if he had borne the business. Sisson, besides, if things go well, opinion that so sticks on Mardius shall of his demerits rob Cominius. Bru, come, half all Cominius' honors are to Mardius. Though Mardius earned them not, and all his faults, to Mardius shall be honors, though indeed in aught he merit not. Sisson, let's hence and hear how the dispatch is made, and in what fashion. More than his singularity, he goes. Vipon this present action. Bru, let's along. Exeunt. Enter Tullus Aufidius with senators of Coriolanus. One senso, your opinion is Aufidius. That they of Rome are entered in our councils, and know how we proceed. Off is it not yours? What you or ha been thought one in the state, that could be brought to bodily act ere Rome had circummuntion, 'tis not 4 days gone. Since I heard thence, these are the words, I think. I haw the letter here, yes, here it is. They haw pressed to power, but it is not known whether for east or west, the dearth is great. The people mutinous, and it is rumored. Cominius, Mardius your old enemy, who is of Rome worse hated than of you. And Titus Lartius, a most valiant Roman. These 3 lied on this preparation. Whether 'tis bent, most likely, 'tis for you. Consider of it. One sent our armies in the field. We newer yet made doubt, but Rome was ready to answer viz. Off, nor did you think it folly to keep your great pretenses veiled till when they needs must show themselves, which in the hatching it seemed appeared to Rome, by the discovery we shall be shortened in our aim, which was to take in many towns, ere almost Rome should know we were afoot. To send noble Aufidius. Take your commission, hie you to your bands. Let these alone to guard Coriols. If they set down befores, for the Ramau, bring VP your army, but I think you'll find ha not prepared for versus. Off, oh doubt not that. I speak from certainties, nay more. Some parcels of their power are forth already. And onely hitherward, I low your honors. If we and Caius Mardius chance to meet, 'tis sworn between these, we shall your strike. Till one can do no more. All the gods assist you. Off and keep your honors safe. One sen pharaoh sen, farewell. All's farewell. Exeunt omnes. Enter Volumnia and Virgilia, mother and wife to Mardius. They set them down on 2 low stools and so. Volum, I pray you daughter sing, or express yourself in a more comfortable sort. If my son were my husband, I should freelier reice in that absence wherein he won honor, than in the embracements of his bed, where he would show most low, when yet he was but tender-bodied, and the only son of my womb, when youth with comeliness plucked all gaze his way, when for a day of king's entreaties, a mother should not sell him an hour from her beholding, I considering how honor would become such a person, that it was no better than picture-like to hang by wall, if renown made it not stirra, was pleased to let him seek danger, where he was like to find fame. To a cruel war I sent him, from whence he returned, his brows bound with oak. I tell thee, daughter, I sprang not more in eye at first hearing he was a man-child, than now in first seeing he had proud himself a man. Verg, but had he died in the business, madame, how then? Volum. Then his good report should ha been my son, I therein would ha found issue. Hear me profess sincerely, had I a dozen sons each in my low alike, and none less dear than thine, and my good Mardius, I had rather had a Lewin die nobly for their country, than one voluptuously surfeit out of action. Enter a gentlewoman. Gent, madam, the Lady Valeria is come to visit you. Verg, beseech you giu me low to retire myself. Volum, indeed you shall not. Methinks, I hear hither your husband's drum. See him pluck Aufidius down by hair. As children from a bear, the valse is shunning him. Methinks I see him stamp thus and call thus. Come on, you cowards, you were got in fear. Though you were born in Rome, his bloody brow. With his mailed hand, then wiping forth he goes. Like to a harust man, that task to mow. Or all, or loose his hire. Verg his bloody brow, O Eupiter no blood. Volum, away you fool, it more becomes a man. Then gilt his trough, the breasts of Hecuba. When she did suckle Hector, looked not lowlier. Then Hector's forehead, when it spit forth blood. At Grecian sword, contending tell Valeria. We are fit to bid her welcome. Exit gent. Ver, Hoens bless my lord from fell Aufidius. Vol, he'll beat Aufidius' head below his knee. And tread V upon his neck. Enter Valeria with an V sure, and a gentlewoman. Val, my ladies, both good day to you. Vol, sweet madam. Ver, I am glad to see your ladyship. Val, how do you both? You are manifest housekeepers. What are you sewing here? A fine spot and good. Faith, how does your little son? Ver, I thank your ladyship, well, good madam. Vol, he had rather see the swords and hear a drum. Then look Vipon his schoolmaster. Val, my word the father's son, I'll swear 'tis a very pretty boy. My troth, I looked Vipon him a Wednesday half an hour together, has such a confirmed countenance. I saw him run after a gilded butterfly, and when he caught it, he let it go again, and after it again, an hour he comes, and VP again, catched it again, or whether his fall enragged him, or how 'twas, he did so set his teeth and tear it. Oh, I warrant how he mammocked it. Vol, one on's father's moods. Val, indeed la, 'tis a noble child. Verg, a cracky madam. Val, come, lay aside your stitchery, I must haw you. Play the idle huswife with me this afternoon. Verg, no, good madam. I will not out of doors. Val, not out of doors. Volum, she shall, she shall. Verg, indeed no, by your patience, I'll not hour the threshold, till my lord return from the wars. Val, fie, you confine yourself most bien reasonably. Come, you must go visit the good lady that lies in. Verg, I will wish her speedy strength and visite her. With my prayers, but I cannot go thither. Volum, why I pray you? Vilug, 'tis not to saw labor, nor that I want low. Val, you would be another Penelope, yet they say, all the urn she spun in Velus's absence, did but fill Athica full of moths. Come, I would your cambric were sensible as your finger, that you might low pricking it for pity. Come, you shall go with verses. Ver, no, good madam, pardon me, indeed I will not. Vorth. Val, in truth la go with me, and I'll tell you excellent news of your husband. Verg, O good madam, there can be none yet. Val, verily I do not east with you, there came news from him last night. Ver, indeed madam. Val, in earnest it's true, I heard a senator speak it. Thus it is, the Valses ha an army forth, against who Cominius the general is gone with one part of our Roman power. your lord and Titus Lardius are set down before their city carrioles, they nothing doubt prejuling, and to make it brief wars. This is true on mine honor, and so I pray go with verses. Verg, do you me excuse good madame, I will obey you. In youary thing herifter. Vol, let her alone lady as she is now. She will but disease our better mirth. Valeria, in troth I think she would. Fare you well then, come good sweet lady. Prithee Virgilia turn thy solemnness out a door. And go along with verses. Virgil, no. At a word madam, indeed I must not. I wish you much mirth. Val, well then farewell. Exeunt ladies. Enter Mardius, Titus Lardius with drum and colours, with captain's end. Soldiers as before the city Coriolanus, to them a messenger. Mardius, yonder comes news. A wager they ha met. Lar, my horse to yours no. Marty's done. Lart agreed. Marseille, has our general met the enemy. Mess, they lie in view but ha not spoke as yet. Lart, so the good horse is mine. Mart, I'll buy him of you. Lart, no, I'll nor sell nor jew him, lend you him I will. For 100 years, some in the town. Mar, how far off lie these armies? Mess, within this mile and half. Mar, then shall we hear their larum, and they ours. Now Mars, I prithee make verses quick in work. That we with smoking swords may march from hence. To help our fielded friends, come, blow thy blast. They sound a parley, enter 2 senators with others on the walls. Of Coriolanus. Tullus Aufidius, is he within your walls? 1 senate. No, nor a man that fears you less than he, that's lesser than a little. Drum afar off. Hark our drums. Are bringing forth our youth, we'll break our walls. Rather than, they shall pound vis vp our gates. Which yet seem shut, we ha but pinned with rushes. They'll open of themselves, hark you far off. Ilarum far off. There is Aufidius, list what work he makes. Amongst ye your clowen army. Mart, oh they are at it. Lart, their noise be our instruction, ladders hoa. Enter the army of the valses. Mar, they fear versus not, but issue forth their city. Now put your shields before your hearts and fight. With hearts more proof than shields. Aduance bra Titus. They do disdain vis much beyond our thoughts. Which makes me sweat with wrath, come on my fellows. He that retires, I'll take him for a valse. And he shall feel mine edge. Alarum, the Romans are beat back to their trenches, enter Mardius. Cursing. Mar all the contagion of the south, light on you. You shames of Rome, you heard of biles and plagues. Plaister you array, that you may be abhorred. Farther than seen, and one infect another. Against the wind a mile, you souls of geese. That bear the shapes of men, how haw you run. From sloths that apes would beat, Pluto and hell. All hurt behind, backs red and faces pale. With flight and agued fear, mend and charge home. Or by the fires of Hoenn, I'll low the foe. And make my wars on you, look toot, come on. If you'll stand fast, we'll beat them to their weus. As they vis to our trenches follows. Another alarum, and Mardius follows them to gates and is shut in. So now the gates are ope, now proud good seconds. Tease for the followers' fortune widens them. Not for the flyers, mark me and do the like. Enter the Gatsall, foolhardiness not Saul, nor Saul, see they ha shut him in. Alarum continues. All to th pot I warrant him. Enter Titus Lardius. Tit, what is become of Mardius? All slain sir doubtless. 1 Saul, following the flyers at the very heels. With them he enters, who vipon the sodding. Clapped to their gates he is himself alone. To answer all the city. Lar, O noble fellow, who sensibly outdares his senseless sword. And when it bows stands TVP, thou art left Mardius. A carbuncle entire, as big as thou art. Where not so rich a UL, thou wast a soldier. Ewan to Kalu's wish, not fierce and terrible. Onely in strokes, but with thy grim looks and the thunder-like percussion of thy sounds. Thou madst thine enemies shake, as if the world were foerus and did tremble. Enter Mardius bleeding, assaulted by the enemy. One saw, look sir. Lar, O 'tis Mardius. Let's fetch him off, or make remain alike. They fight, and all enter the city. Enter certain Romans with spoils. 1. Rome, this will I carry to Rome. 2. Rome, and I this. 3. Rome, a mur and aunt I took this for Silur. Exeunt. Alarum continues still afar off. Enter Mardius and Titus with a trumpet. Marci hear these mowers, that do prize their hours. At a cracked drachm, cushions leaden spoons. Irons of a doit, doublets that hangmen would bury with those that wore them, these base slaws. Ere yet the fight be done, Packy VP down with them. And hark what noise the general makes, to him. There is the man of my soul's hate, Aufidius. Piercing our Romans, then valiant Titus take. Conunient numbers to make good the city. Whilst I with those that haw the spirit, will haste. To help Cominius. Lar, worthy sir, thou bleedst. Thy exercise hath been too violent. For a second course of fight. Mar sir, praise me not. My work hath yet not warmed me, fare you well. The blood I drop is rather physical than dangerous to me. To Aufidius thus I will appear and fight. Lar, now the fair goddess Fortune fall deep in low with thee and her great charms. Misguide thy opposers' swords, bold gentlemen. Prosperity be thy page. Mar thy friend no less than those she placeth highest, so farewell. Lar, thou worthiest Mardius. Go sound thy trumpet in the marketplace. Call thither all the officers of town, where they shall know our mind, away. Exeunt. Enter Cominius as it were in retire, with soldiers. Come, breath you my friends, well fought, we are come off. Like Romans, neither foolish in our stands, nor cowardly in retire, believe me sirs. We shall be charged agin, whiles we haw strook. By interims and canoeing gusts we haw heard. The charges of our friends, the Roman gods, lead their successes, as we wish our own. That both our powers, with smiling fronts encountering, may you thankful sacrifice, thy news. Enter a messenger. Mess, the citizens of Coriolanus ha ushued. And Gewan to Lartius and to Mardius Bacil. I saw our party to their trenches dreuin. And then I came away. Calm, though thou speakest truth. Methinks thou speak'st not well, how long is since? Me's, about an hour, my lord. Calm, 'tis not a mile, briefly we heard their drums. How couldst thou in a mile confound an hour? And bring thy news so late? Me's, spies of the valses, held me in chase that I was forked to wheel. 3 or 4 miles about, else had I, sir. Half an hour since brought my report. Enter Mardius. Calm, who's yonder? That does appear as he were fleed, O gods. He has the stamp of Mardius, and I haw before time seen him thus. Mar come I too late? Calm, the shepherd knows not thunder fro a tabor. More than I know the sound of Mardius' tongue. From Uary meaner man. Mardius come I too late? Calm, I if you come not in the blood of others, but mantled in your own. Mart, oh let me clip ye. In arms as sound, as when I wooed in heart. as merry as when our nuptial day was done, and tapers burnt to bedward. Come, flower of warriors, how is't with Titus Lardius? Mar as with a man busied about decrees, condemning some to death and some to exile, ransoming him or pitying, threatening th other, holding Coriolanus in the name of Rome. Ewan like a fawning greyhound in the leash, to let him slip at will. Come, where is that slaw, which told me they had beat you to your trenches? Where is he? Call him hither. Mar, let him alone. He did inform the truth, but for our gentlemen, the common file, a plague tribunes for them. The mouse near shunned the cat, as they did budge from rascals worse than they. Come, but how pre-yield you? Mar, will the time Seru to tell? I do not think. Where is the enemy? Are you lords of the field? If not, why cease you till you are so? Come, Mardius, we how at disadvantage fought, and did retire to win our purpose. Mar, how lies their battle? Know you on W side? They haw placked their men of trust. Come, as I guess Mardius. Their bands I'th vowed are the anti-ants. Of their best trust, or read them Ophidius. Their very heart of hope. Mar, I do beseech you. By all the battles wherein we ha fought. By th blood we ha shed together. By th vows we ha made. To endure friends that you directly set me. Against Ophidius and his anti-ats. And that you not delay the present, but filling the air with swords aduanked and darts. We prow this very hour. Calm though I could wish, you were conducted to a gentle bath, and balms applied to you, yet dare I newer. Deny your asking, take your choice of those that best can aid your action. Mar, those are they that most are willing, if any such be here. As it were sin to doubt that low this painting, wherein you see me smeared, if any fear, less in his person than an ill report. If any think broad death outweighs bad life, and that his country's dearer than himself, let him alone, or so many so minded. Waugh thus to express his disposition, and follow Mardius. They all shout and waw their swords, take him VP in their arms and cast VP their caps. O me alone, make you a sword of me. If these shows be not outward, which of you? But is for valses, none of you but is able to bear against the great Ophidius. A shield as hard as his, a certain number. Though thanks to all, must I select from all. The rest shall bear the business in some other fight. As cause will be obeyed, please you to march. And four shall quickly draw out my command. Which men are best inclined? Come, march on my fellows. Make good this ostentation, and you shall. Duide in all with versus. Exeunt. Titus Lardius, hoing set a guard vipon carioles, going with drum. And trumpet toward Cominius and Caius Mardius, enters with a lieutenant, other soldiers and a scout. Lar, so let the ports be guarded, keep your duties. As I ha set them down, if I do send dispatch, those centuries to our ide, the rest will seru. For a short holding, if we loose the field, we cannot keep the town. Lou, fear not our care, sir. Lart hence and shut your gates vipons. Our guider come to th Roman camp conduct versus. Exit. Ilarum as in Bacil. Enter Mardius and Ophidius at Cyril doors. Mar, I'll fight with none but thee, for I do hate thee. Worse than a promise breaker. Ophid we hate alike. Not a frick owns a serpent I abhorra. More than thy fame and an eye, fix thy foot. Mar, let the first budger die the other's slaw. And the gods doom him after. Off if I fly Mardius, hollow me like a hare. Mar within these 3 hours Tullus. Alone I fought in your Coriols' walls. And made what work I pleased, tease not my blood. Wherein thou seest me masked for thy ruin. Wrench VP thy power to th highest. Off wert thou the Hector. That was the whip of your bragged progeny. Thou shouldst not scape me here. Here they fight, and certain valses come in the Ide of Offi. Mardius fights till they be Driuan in Brethels. Officious and not valiant, you ha shammed me. In your condemned seconds. Flourish, alarum, a retreat is sounded, enter at one door. Cominius with the Romans, at another door Mardius with his arm in a scarf. Come, if I should tell thee, O read this thy day's work. Thou'lt not believe thy deeds, but I'll report it. Where senators shall mingle tears with smiles. Where great patricians shall attend and shrug. I'th end admire, where ladies shall be frighted. And gladly quacked hear more, where the dull tribunes. That with the fusty plebeians, hate thine honors. Shall say against their hearts, we thank the gods. Our Rome hath such a soldier. Yet cam'st thou to a morsel of this feast. Hawing fully dinned before. Enter Titus with his power from the pursuit. Titus Lardius, O general. Here is the steed, we the caparison. Hadst thou beheld? Mardius, pray now no more. My mother, who has a charter to extol her bloud. When she does praise me, greyus me. I ha done as you ha done, that's what I can. Induct as you ha been, that's for my country. He that has but affected his good will hath our't in mine act. Come, you shall not be the graw of your deserving. Rome must know the value of her own. Twere a concealment worse than a theft. No less than a traducement. To hide your doings and to silence that, which to the spire and top of praises vouched, would seem but modest, therefore I beseech you, in scene of what you are, not to reward. What you ha done, before our army hear me. Mardius, I ha some wounds vpon me, and they smart. To hear them sellus remembred. Come should they not? Well might they fester, gainst ingratitude. And tent themselves with death, of all the horses. Whereof we ha tan good, and good store of all. The treasure in this field atchiude and city. We render you the 10th to be tan forth. Before the common distribution. At your only choice. Mardius, I thank you general. But cannot make my heart consent to take. A bribe to pay my sword, I do refuse it. And stand vpon my common part with those. That ha beheld the doing. A long flourish, they all cry Mardius Mardius cast VP their caps. And Launces, Cominius and Lardius stand bare. Mar may these same instruments, which you profane. Newer sound more, when drums and trumpets shall. I'th field prow flatterers, let courts and cities be. Made all of false fact soothing. When steel grows soft as the parasite silk, let him be made an ouacher for th wars. No more I say, for that I ha not washed. My nose that bled, or foiled some debile wretch. Which without note here's many else ha done. You shoot me forth in acclamations hyperbolical. As if I lewd my little should be dieted. In praises, soxed with lies. Come, too modest are you. More cruel to your good report than grateful. To these that geo you truly, by your patience. If gainst yourself you be incensed, we'll put you. Like one that means his proper harm in manacles. Then reasons safely with you, therefore be it known. As to these, to all the world that Caius Mardius wears this war's garland, in token of the which my noble steed, known to the camp I geo him. With all his trim belonging, and from this time For what he did before Coriolanus call him. With all applause and clamor of the host. Marcus Caius Coriolanus, bear addition nobly ewer. Flourish, trumpet sound and drums. Omnes Marcus Caius Coriolanus. Mardius I will go wash. And when my face is fair, you shall pursue. Whether I blush or no, howbeit I thank you. I mean to stride your steed, and at all times. To VN der crest your good addition. To fairness of my power. Come so to our tent. Where'er we do repose viz, we will write. To Rome of our success, you Titus Lardius. Must to Coriolanus Bacchae send verses to Rome. The best with whom we may articulate. For their own good and ours. Lardius I shall my lord. Mardius, the gods begin to mock me. I that now refused most princely gifts. Am bound to beg of my lord general. Tact, tease yours what is't. Mardius, I sometime lay here in Coriolanus. At a poor man's house, he vest me kindly. He cried to me, I saw him prisoner. But then Aufidius was within my view. And wrath overwhelmed my pity, I request you. To you my poor host freedom. Come, O well begged. Were he the butcher of my son, he should be free as is the wind, deliver him Titus. Lardius, Mardius his name. Mardius by Eupiter forgot. I am weary, yea, my memory is tiered. We no wine here. Come, go we to our tent. The bloud vipon your visage dries, 'tis time. It should be looked to, come. Exeunt. A flourish, cornets, enter Tullus Aufidius Blaudi with 2 or 3 soldiers. Offi, the town is tan. Sold, 'twill be delivered Bacchae on good condition. Offid condition. I would I were a Roman, for I cannot. Being a valse be that I am, condition. What good condition can a treaty find? At part that is at mercy, few times Mardius. I ha fought with thee, so often hast thou beat me. And wouldst he do so, I think should we encounter. As often as we eat, by elements. If again I meet him beard to beard. He's mine or I am his, mine emulation. Has not that honor in't had, for where? I thought to crush him in an equal force. True sword to sword, I'll potch at him some way. Or wrath or craft may get him. Saul, he's the deal. Off bolder though not so subtle, my valor's poisoned. With onely suffering stained by him, for him. Shall fly out of itself, nor sleep nor sanctuary. Being naked sick, nor fane nor capitol. The prayers of priests, nor times of sacrifice. Embarkments all of fury, shall lift VP. Their rotten preuilage and custom gainst. My hate to Mardius, where I find him were it. At home, vipon my brother's guard you in there. Against the hospitable cannon would I wash my fierce hand and's heart, go you to city. Learn how 'tis held and what they are that must be hostages for Rome. Soul, will not you go? Off, I am attended at the cypress grow, I pray you. 'Tis south the city mills, bring me word thither. How the world goes, that to the pace of it, I may spur on my nigh. Soul I shall, sir. Actus secundus. Enter Menenius with the 2 tribunes of the people, Sicinius and Brutus. Men, the Agura tells me, we shall ha news too. Night. Brew, good or bad. Men, not according to the prayer of the people, for they low not Mardius. Sisson, nature teaches beasts to know their friends. Men, pray you, who does the wolf low? Sisson, the lamb. Men, I to dure him, as the hungry plebeians would. The noble Mardius. Brew, he's a lamb indeed that bays like a bear. Men, he's a bear indeed that lews like a lamb. You two are old men, tell me one thing that I shall ask you. Both well, sir. Men, in what enormity is Martius Porin, that you? Two, haw not in abundance. Brew, he's poor in no one fault but stored withal. Sisson, especially in pride. Brew, and topping all others in boasting. Men, this is strange now, do you two know how? You are censured here in the city, I mean of viseth right. Hand file do you? Both, why, how are we censured? Men, because you talk of pride now, will you not? Be angry. Both, well, well, sir, well. Men, why 'tis no great matter, for a very little thief of occasion will rob you of a great deal of patience. Gee your dispositions the reins, and be angry at your pleasures at the least. If you take it as a pleasure to you, in being so, you blame Martius for being proud. Brute, we do it not alone, sir. Men, I know you can do very little alone, for your helps are many, or else your actions would grow wondrous single. Your abilities are to infant-like, for doing much alone. You talk of pride. Oh, that you could turn your eyes toward the napes of your necks and make but an interior survey of your good cellus. Oh, that you could. Both, what then, sir?